I've gotten a lot of questions about how to do a good white base, so here's my tutorial. So first, start with a good moisturizer and then spot conceal any problem areas or discoloration. I like to start with a moisturizer because I find specifically with a white base, it really clings to any dry patches. And I like that specific moisturizer because it sinks in almost immediately, so you're not left with that like slimy feeling. I don't know how to describe that. But yeah, just conceal where you normally would, because I find that gives a more like flawless finish at the end if you conceal first. Then you're going to want to set that all in place with a setting spray of your choice. So then we get to the part everyone always asks about, the actual foundation. This one is definitely a lot lighter than a traditional face paint, so it's very buildable, but I find it's the best for like people with sensory issues. If you want something a little more opaque, I would recommend the Mehron Cream Blend Sticks, and at the end I'm going to put up a like side-by-side comparison because I've used both. But yeah, as you saw, I just apply this with my fingers and then pat it out with a beauty blender. And you're going to want to make sure you're doing those patting or stippling motions and not dragging the beauty blender, because this is going to give it a more flawless finish. And you can do as many layers as you want to get the desired opaqueness. Sometimes I do one, sometimes I do two. It really just matters like what I'm feeling that day. You can never use too much setting spray, so do with that what you will. But now you're ready to set the face with powder. When using a puff, it's good to rub some of the excess on your hand like that to make sure you're getting the most like even finish when applying it to the skin. And then you're going to want to set the face anywhere you normally do and then some. Like when you think you've used enough powder, no you haven't, go do it again. But you see how I set my eyelids, because I have very oily eyelids, and I make sure to set my smile lines really well. In any place I know I tend to crease, especially the nose bridge if you wear glasses. And then I just apply more powder with a brush this time. Like I said, when you think you have enough powder on, you probably don't. Once you're done with that, you're going to take a clean damp Q-tip and clean the foundation off of your eyebrows and lips. And don't lick it. That's so gross when y'all do that. Please don't lick it. Just put some water on the Q-tip, I beg. That just really gets to me. Your last step would be to set the face again, and then you can do the rest of your makeup as normal. So you can pause here to get the little pros and cons. So after the white base, I use a light gray shade to do contour in all the areas I normally would. Then I go in with a light pink blush. Oh, I also wanted to tell you guys, my username's the same on any social media. So if y'all want to check that out, you know, I would love that. Now I'm just adding a peachy shade of blush and using that same blush shade on my nose. The nose is probably what took the longest in this look, because I did a almost like V shape, as you're gonna see here, and I like to make it really straight. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like that, but if you want to try this look, it doesn't need to be perfectly straight. I had used a light pink shade for that, and then here I went in with almost like a salmon shade and then a yellow. Once I was done blending that out, which why am I blending with a flat brush? I don't know. I added that like salmon shade to the tip of my nose and a little bit of white to kind of redefine the tip. Then I went in with a deep pinkish shade in my Cupid's bow. And here I'm using a teal, just kind of all over the middle lid and by my tear duct. Then I realized I had to redefine that yellow because it kind of got lost. And also that little inner corner area is dark blue. And I wasn't planning on doing like rainbowy colors, it just kind of turned out that way. But I like how it came out in the end. I need to know if anyone else makes like the strangest faces while doing makeup. It's like I can't control my facial expressions, genuinely. But here I'm just going back with that same teal shade but on my finger to make it pop more. Then I realized my cheeks were way too light, so I added some more pink. And then this is probably like the hardest part other than the nose, was trying to make these symmetrical. But hey, I think it worked out. I think it looked good, so. I really like doing these like upturned eyebrows for clown looks, so I do that and then do some fake freckles in a pink shade because I think it looks good. And here I'm just putting a lot of shimmer a little bit of everywhere. I'm just using a lot of shimmer all over. And I don't know what happened, but it completely took away the clip of me doing my lips, but you didn't miss much, I just used my finger. So all you got's this little like inner corner part. Then I just applied my mascara and put on these little fake eyelashes, and I kept seeing them out of my peripheral vision the whole time, but they looked great with the look, so beauty is pain, I guess. I'm really bad at tutorials, wow. Well, here's the clown look. I thank you for watching.